in elsewhere. I need to use my pump down. Goodbye.
Okay. Well, many moons ago, SK Gaming were on top of the world. Right now, they may be experiencing some troubles. And it starts here. Fur looking to get some damage. Yes, that's some damage. That is some damage. Nekis, though, able to take the frag onto dead as they charge into the train yard here at B. And SK, they got some good positioning thanks to Fallen. He gets out of the connector quickly, and Luminosity not really pushing down the yard here. PKL looking to make sure that he can stop the flank there. That's a lot of his time occupied by that one player, and that may be problematic because look, there's no one here to help in the main effort to defend the bomb itself, and SK have done this very well. PKL now looking to get the frags, some good tags coming in, but he has to take down the person defusing the bomb, and he can't do it. It's just some extra money for him with the additional kill that he got. It's SK's round, and Luminosity, will they have a
wow.
for this, or?
Fallen's on the AWP. Fallen's AWP, no helmet. Do it. Do it. Do it. Which means he basically didn't spend any money on armor because he had Kevlar in the previous round.
Oh, that would have been so sick to see a force buy from Luminosity in light of this information. Just to try to punish Fallen, you know, but obviously they can't know that.
Yeah, but then, I mean, if he's expecting no Kevlar in this round, he could just go, he could have just bought armor and had a USP.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people would do, I think.
But it's still, how do they get to Fallen's position? They have P250, so he could get one shot, he could get one shot!
Oh my god.
That's so unlucky. But again, the P250 is not spectacular at range, although I can't remember if it's better at range now, like slightly more accurate, but again, I simply upgrade those pistols.
Then a Glock, compared to a Glock, it definitely is.
Pistols, the Glock was made worse at range, but
yeah,
it's not the point of versus a Glock. It's because the one-shot range of the P250 is very far. That's the point. Actually, double the range of the Glock, but yeah, accuracy, I don't know. Well, the experiment pays off for Fallen, and ironically now he doesn't need a helmet because he's against AKs, which he knows, so he doesn't invest in the helmet. So actually, he probably made the most optimal buy there.
Yeah, he did.
The helmet's not needed, so.
Fast round down from Popdog from Luminosity, charging through onto the bomb site. There is Fallen. Is going to get caught by Cello King, entry specialist. Wow, the frags just coming one after the other. The fast pace here catching SK completely off guard. And now it's time to save the UMPs. What a sad existence that is. And if you consider that Fallen did go straight for the AWP, then it doesn't really, it sort of doesn't pay off because they don't actually get, they don't win this round. And potentially don't get enough frags. But yeah, there's no kits on these players as well, so they can't really entertain the idea of even doing anything here. But yeah, so the AWP has turned out not to be optimal, James.
Well, the decision was optimal, they just didn't win the round.
Yeah.
That was very far from Luminosity.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I do wonder if Luminosity were watching the previous matches, and if they've opted just to, like they've seen that SK are clearly struggling today, so they're just trying to make it as hard as possible for them to communicate and make decisions, because how often do you see a play that fast from Luminosity, especially on train?
I really like it. I think those really fast contact plays can be really fun on the when you're on your first buy round against one of the first big buys from the CTs. It's good to test it to see if it works. Obviously, with Fallen around green train, he needed a rifle support, and in the sort of further back regions of the bomb site towards Ali, so that means there was less players close up around Popdog and T-Main and E-Box and all these forward positions. So it was actually quite smart of Luminosity, I think, to play that round out, knowing that Fallen had an AWP. And that Fallen's vision towards those locations aren't as good as some other spots which they would have challenged. If you imagine that they would have gone Ali or tried to set up a slower round using Ali and T-Main, Fallen's going to be able to get shots off. He's going to be able to make plays, but they denied him.
Has some support from Zed, but he's only good for the one kill on this occasion. Fallen being teased with the AWP as he waits for repositioning after the bomb. He'll re-smoke the upper area. We'll give him some breathing room. Cole take it down in the meantime. 2 on 3. Surely he heard the player up on the ladder. It doesn't seem like he necessarily did. And there is a player behind Fallen as well, so he should be dying fairly quickly. He is surrounded, but still committing to it, and there is the round. Once again for Luminosity. God damn it. You got carried today, Dan.
When will it go away?
When I remember
Can't you
remember to take my preventer all the time, perhaps.
You need to remove the asthma from your lungs, James, somehow. You've got to go in there. James is getting his pump on, like the Rari workout. Pump, pump, pump. And we've got Fallen on the AWP again, of course. Fallen was really putting in massive efforts on Mirage. Like, it really felt like Cold and Fallen were the two players like really going for it, or trying to go for it the most on the SK side of things. But you can see that there are problems here. Right now we've got Luminosity that's playing pretty well. Although Fallen will get the pick off there, he is now vulnerable, as they could even delay the plant to try to get the kill on Fallen here. And that could be quite a sensible move if they do it in the correct way. Fallen will hear the drop at the steps of Cello, but is there someone set up behind? Yes, there is! Very wonderfully done. Is he going to pick up the AWP? No? Okay, they already have an AWP on Yell, of course. So opting to go for the AK. Double AWPs on T side of Train is insanity, quite frankly. It's virtual insanity.
If Fallen gets that second kill, I reckon he goes for the round there. But he doesn't. Despite his struggles, he has 7 kills on the board. Buying the AWP again, so we'll see if he can find a way to get it working for him. It's still early. And it's another breach run from Luminosity where they're charging straight into the A site, but this time the CTs have an answer. Fallen missing the second kill, and that might be very costly indeed. Cold Zero making it a 2 versus 1, even if SK win. Look at the money, the monetary cost of this. So he will exit the site, and he knows he could be heard depending on Showtime's position. If Cold was running here, he would be heard. So Showtime will spend time trying to identify where these CTs aren't, while he does, or are, and while he does that, they will he will not get that information, and they will reposition elsewhere.
Taking it slow, taking it easy. By the way, I'm sad that you didn't care for my Jamiroquai reference.
It was lame.
It was good.
I knew what it was.
It's virtual insanity. This is a game taking place in a virtual space. It makes so much sense.
I know, but just wasn't feeling it, man.
Oh well. Showtime has done a good job to find himself in position to plant here. The problem is finding a post-plant position where he's able to get the drop on the first opponent, or basically create a spot where he can isolate his opponents in 1v1s. This is an easy 1v1, but Dead will win the battle without taking even a lick of damage there. Not a bullet connected by Showtime, but he does get the plants. And with 3 frags on SK Gaming, they are going to be happy with the opportunity now in the next round to break them.
Showtime was going for the Molotov play. He had a Molotov in his inventory, which is why the default plant came in, and he was on his way to the upper area. But he never got anywhere near there, unfortunately for him. But Luminosity have money, they have a full team, and they have confidence in their T side at the moment. SK don't have many of those things.
I wonder if we'll see another rush from Luminosity, like a pop dog rush like they did before.
Looks like it. It looks like it. They know they have opportunity to break SK, and they will try to do so.
Wow.
Well beyond the grenades. Nekis doing great work. Shadow taken down in the meantime. The smoke grenade will not save Fallen. 3 versus 2.
Oh my god.
And they are dominating their Brazilian counterparts.
Dude, that first frag from Nekis was like he clotheslined Fur. Fur got clotheslined, man. He got clotheslined. Amazing. Amazing triple kill from Nekis. Unstoppable. The second kill onto Fallen as well, through the straight through the smoke. And he gets the quad kill too. What an absolute beast. Nekis is certainly quite good at this game. And that is a hard reset. And Luminosity already had a good bank, but and now it's going to start to grow even bigger. So SK in so much trouble here.
Yeah, it's early-ish, but it does not look good. So the HEs are out for SK, but they're choosing the wrong round to do them. I think if they did that on the buy round, as mad as that would sound, it would probably have quite reasonable effects, but nothing doing here. Nobody there at all on this occasion.
I wonder if SK in the previous round suspected the rush. I would love to know that, but I can't unless I ask them. But it's like we got a Molotov kill on Ali. Wow. Okay, not sure exactly how that happened, but that is going to be a nice opener for Luminosity. They've got the 4v3 now, although Dead has his own ideas. Traded out, though. Bomb needs to be collected still. And right now, Luminosity have to be really careful not to isolate themselves. That would be really how this round could go wrong, is if they are playing too alone. Looking for something, but nothing really offered up to him just yet. Waiting for some information. Popdog is a great place to hear sounds, and he will hear plenty now that Nekis is tossing grenades all over the place. That's a bad miss of that Molotov. But now trying to actually able to spot the players coming out. He could do some severe damage from this position. Waits for the repeat there. Can't get the fatal shot. So much damage has been done. Fallen could definitely make a round of this, but Nekis, another decisive headshot from him.
And now it's Eco Town properly for the SK side. So it goes from bad to worse. 6-3, or 3-6 rather. Still early, but not the situation you want to be in. At least their loss bonus is growing. They'll pick up the high explosives again in this round, maybe expecting a fast play from Luminosity once again, as Luminosity know this is an easy round for them. But they've only deployed one smoke grenade. But there's a kill from Fallen. Now we might see some late grenades. How will Fur position for this? Ooh, he's been spotted, but he needs to be careful. Yell jumping around with a P250 only, which is curious. Taco in the way.
No longer in the way, Jeff.
Yeah, he's no longer in the way. Grenade was deployed, but how much more can we expect from SK in this round? Fallen needs to find some players and get peppering, but Luminosity quite content to wait it out and allow them to offer themselves for tribute.
Well, now it's time to see whether or not SK can do something behind Fallen's scouts. I'm loving watching Nekis in this season so far. It's 17 kills! He has 17 kills in 9 rounds. Nice. He has 5 MVP stars, James. He has so many. He is really rocking this match so far.
He's got the stars.
All the stars.
Business as well. It's not business as usual because PKL is more or less here on his own. He has been sent in on his lonesome, and in the meantime, Luminosity going to capitalize on one person being in B, but it's a full rotation coming in for the CTs. They're all making their way in, but there isn't much to answer Yell's AWP. Bomb's being planted, rest of the team on the high ground. Fallen rolling with the scout. Oh, that's a lovely shot, but Yell is lurking. However, it's a 2 versus 3. Seems a flank was being checked for. Yell missing a shot. Doesn't normally miss. Can't give Cold Zero too many attempts. So now Showtime will take the same position. Spotted and taken out by Cold. Is there time for the AWP to be collected? None of these players have a kit, so Taco's got to stick it, but indeed, Fallen will make it there.
I was quite surprised at first by how long Showtime was just standing at Popdog, because I thought that he was going to go maybe for like an instant flank because of how desperate their situation was. But then he's just holding, and then sort of doesn't really arrive until all of his teammates are dead. And I feel like in that position you sort of have to gamble a little bit because your position is so desperate, and you can't cover everything. So you have to sort of gamble that no one's going to come for the flank, or just have a position where you can at least help your teammates out. So it was a bit of a shame not to see him more in the action there, but into the next round, Fallen's going aggressive, and he spots himself an arm. Does he get caught on the retreat? No. Able to get out of that, And go back to his normal position, perhaps, by the green train on the A side. Indeed, he is fully rotating. Oh, no. Yes, now he's fully rotating after using his smoke. So they've seen an AWP, they've heard an AWP at B. Will that change anything for Luminosity? Looks like they're probably... Feels like they might be intent on going A, but they haven't pressured Ali whatsoever. Maybe it will be back to B after all. Indeed, the business at B.
There they go.
Yeah.
Streaming in. There's a Molotov, but a smoke will stop it. It's a curious smoke. I think they were both thrown by CT. Again, you can excuse them for not being so coordinated. Then with a careful peek, Nekis takes down the first player and manages to get the second one, and surely that's the round over once again. This is, oh, it's another reset for SK, isn't it?
Yep.
For every 3 rounds Luminosity win, they are only good for 1.
Ooh, that's painful. It's painful for the SK side again. It's being on the back foot all the time. Again, great work from Nekis. Nekis got himself in a fantastic position. You can see here, he gets onto the coils and can stop the rotation. That very critical smoke on the connector position is, like having control around that area makes it a significantly different game as far as where the advantage is found. And there it's very advantageous for the T's. Another aggression here on inner from Fur, of course. He's got himself a Mag 7, and there it is. Gets himself the frag, and he's out of there. He got the money frag onto Nekis too.
They're really good with angles like that, SK. Just like on Inferno, old Inferno, maybe new Inferno as well. They know who has the advantage on those kind of peaks. And they will abuse them where they can. Luminosity taking it slow. Showtime does not have as much cover as he would have liked. Fallen though, he's got to be careful. He knows at least one person's there, so he will try to use the advantages elsewhere. Smoke down, and maybe a gun can be retrieved. Marvelous.
Nice. So far so good for SK in this round. And with everybody sort of coming out of the team main area. Ooh, catching cold off guard. That's kind of big. Oh, that's also quite big. Fallen's very low. He drops off the train. He's spotted. He's caught on the ladder. But there's a trade frag back onto Cello. But still, they've gained position. And they've got 35 seconds to actually work this position. Yell with a fantastic flick. But now he's alone. Dead, the coach, the stand-in. The top fragger of Cobblestone against Cloud9. Against Yell, but he can't get it done. Yell with so many advantages. It was only a matter of time, perhaps. 8-4 for Luminosity as SK find nothing once again.
How many rounds is enough for SK on their CT side? Hard question to answer, because what can you expect from them on the T side? It's difficult to know at the moment. Maybe we'll see some undesirable statistics from Cold on the end by the end of this map. Fallen's had the scout way too many times on these rounds. In these rounds, Luminosity slowing the pace down, and they're more than capable of this.
It's very scary going into A though on these kinds of rounds. Luminosity are looking for something towards inner as well. It's unfortunate they don't have somebody with a Mag 10 in this round, because that's really nice, just because everybody's afraid to die. Like, everyone on Luminosity right now in a round like this is afraid to die, which means, you know, because if you move forwards as the first man, you're probably going to die. It's these Zeds lurking around every corner, and there it is. You get now an AK is in the hands of SK. That's a situation you do not want. So now Luminosity are in this spot. There's 50 seconds left. They were waiting for a pick, and they are the ones that have been picked. So now they have to go for an alternative backup plan. It's got to be a solid one. It's got to use the utility and the numbers. So hopefully they're going to come back to B here and move in together.
Yeah, this is back in the... I wonder if we're going to see old Luminosity. First, it's going to be very hard to flash it. stuck in the choke points, and indeed, you could argue that Luminosity have not done enough in this round. They literally stood there. I mean, yes, they waited for a pick, but they didn't get one. And the rest of this round has been unsightly. You may go as far as to say ghastly. 7 seconds now. There's no need for Dead to make a play through the smoke. The lance is fake, as Fallen will find out, and we'll get something out of it.
You have to give a lot of credit to... was it Fer that got the kill at Pop?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to him understanding that after that kill, the best position for him to be was the train, on top of the train right outside of the ramp choke point. Because it's a very predictable move from Luminosity to, after losing a player, going B with their utility. That is highly predictable. But not having a way to deal with that position, obviously, really sunk them. So, beautiful read of the game from SK. And something that is quite a situation that can definitely occur often enough that you can have that set reaction. So something to think about if you are a player. And if Lawrence was commentating, he'd be very sad about that because the amount of people that die from that position or take huge amounts of damage, it seems that it's very common, very easy for the T's to pre-fire, and that's a free bomb plant, that's a free round. That should be the round here for Luminosity, unless something really weird happens. Yeah, you can see the utility used there to just completely render that choke point useless for the CTs. And
yeah, if you're not there with an AWP, then I don't know what there is to gain from peeking, because normally there's so much time on the clock that I don't know how different it is to you assuming there's presence from the T's up there beyond a certain point, because it's part of the standard default is to clear out the T. So what are the CTs trying to get out of that is beyond me.
Nekis is really, really good. It's really cool to see him play in these games of ECS, just getting more of an insight into how deep the talent pool is for Luminosity in the new lineup and what it means for them from a roles perspective. But he's been very impressive. Cello as well has been quite impressive as the new men on the team. Yell, I think, is doing some of the best AWPing he's done in his career too. But here it comes, the quick fast push outside again. This time not as much success as the past iterations though.
Yeah, the kills are raining in for the CTs, and that is this would be a huge round for SK, because 6 to 9 does give them opportunity in the second half. 1 versus 3, Showtime will not be able to get double figures for Luminosity, not yet. 22 kills for Nekis. He did God's work in that, as far as Luminosity are concerned. The logo will be familiar to some of these SK players.
Yeah.
I think it's still on Fallen's AWP, one of the logos that's on there. I think he's tried to put his history in CSGO on his AWP.
That is quite awesome, yeah. I like that a lot. Well, it's Glock time and USP time as we enter the pistol round of the second half. And there's no utility. It's all Kevlars for both sides and a decoy for Dead. Perhaps he will use a decoy for damage. Maybe he's got a 6 setup. But it's Nekis with the sick headshots. Let's catch some damage there from team main. That's a problem, but eventually will go down. He did get a frag as well, so at least there's that for his teammates to be happy about. PKL, nice shot there. That's a bomb down. Massive, so much chaos here in this A train yard. What do you say about that one? Just Yell left now. The AWPer person, a player with good first bullet accuracy, and he's going to need it for this round, for this 1v2 clutch. I need some good guesses as well. Here's the stepping. Catches Fer. He can isolate him 1v1. There's the headshot. He's taken no damage. Plenty of time on the bomb as he pushes for the final frag. And, barely unable to get it. Taco scrapes by again by the skin of his teeth. 10 HP for him, but the round will be won for SK.
That was a rough one for SK. Even though they won the round, it was a sweaty one. Very important. It was very important. Sweat on the brow, man. It was a very important pistol for them to win, and the implications of losing that were quite grim. So they've made it this far. How far can they go? There is a force buy from Luminosity. There's a pop flash. Players are blind. Can Showtime get second frag? Free firing of the Mac-10. That is great damage. Not only has he got 2 kills, but he's allowed his teammates to rotate. Taco's down to 13 HP.
Yeah, moving very quickly onto the site, and he will not make it, but his memory will be honored as they try to get the bomb planted, and it will be planted. Taco's been honored, but Pat's dead. Can make something of this. Great follow-up from Dead there. Just down into the 1 versus 1 against Yell, and Yell's got the scout. He has to pull out the CZ here, but Dead is so weak. Yell goes for the instant headshot, and there's nothing Dead can do about that. Defuse in for Luminosity, and they have successfully smashed SK off of that first round in the second half victory, which is the worst time to lose a round, really. This is pretty huge for Luminosity. They should be able to build a massive bank from this.
Yeah, they're the ones on CT side as well, so...
James, the double scout man.
Yeah, but it's got to be hard to be effective with it on the T side.
You didn't believe? You didn't believe?
No.
You got to believe, man. It's fallen in cold. They got scouts.
Yeah, but I don't believe in this time.
Oh, wow. Damn.
I feel like it's been hard for Fallen to be as effective. I mean, there was a period of time when he was buying the scout, right, when Dust 2 was still in the pool, and he was annihilating people. But those times are very, very far away. And while we still see frags here and there, I think it's like Chris J, where you remember the YouTube highlights, but then forget how long ago they were. So no, I don't believe.
Wow.
Not this time.
Well, we'll see, because they're going to march into B, and it's going to be very tough for Showdown to stay alive now on 2 health. But it is looking kind of good, actually, finding himself an additional kill. The bomb can be planted and fallen. If he just connects a headshot, if he can find a fast headshot, maybe there's a chance here to hold on to this bomb. But no, Nekis is in, and Nekis is all business. All business. Business on B.
Delaying the defuse so his teammates can scavenge for grenades, weapons, deagles, CZs, anything. And that's in the bag. So 4-round lead. It's what SK choose to do. Deagle's being purchased. Yeah, I mean they essentially went for a fast play as well. They went double scout and they went for a fast play into B, which didn't work.
Yeah, it does. I guess it kind of goes to your point. It's hard to find spots for it to work, because the spot that they chose was obviously a bad spot, but you can't really think of something that could be all that much more effective. Because presumably if they get the plant and they get some time, they could find some nice shots right at the start when the CTs are first rotating and they're far away.
I mean, it could be that the objective was to get into the site and then have the scouts be effective, so
yeah,
that would make sense, because before they get into the site, they're on the wrong side of the choke points to really abuse those. One flashbang, and there'll be another plant hit for SK, maybe Fallen with the burst fire, and yeah, he's got time to plant it before this flank comes in from the CT side. Molotov though, not coming out quite fast enough, but that is a bonus bomb plant and takes the pressure off the money lost in that force buy.
Let's go Nekis, man. Let's go.
Now the sniper rifle or rifles can get to work. Will be singular for this round.
Okay, well, I would love to see Luminosity taking an aggressive play in this round. Whether it's a pop flash play into team main, whether it's an alley aggression, or something, some pressure on inner. Just something. Would be really nice to see. And it's Yell actually going straight into Pop Dog there with the flashbang. He's got support. It's a 2-man setup. That's something that we've seen fall out of favor recently a bit, just because teams have learned how to double Molotov it. And that's a very good catch by Showtime. Okay, 5 versus 4. Showtime falls back. I like this. If he can play like on the middle of the site now, that would be fantastic. And he is indeed falling back to the middle of the site. This is perfect from Showtime.
Why does he run through the smoke?
Oh, PKO gets caught. He gets caught. Really nice from Fallen. Oh my god, you gotta be so careful, man. Why are they peeking Fallen, man? Still, it works out for them.
Ooh, Cold Zero doesn't spot the second player there on the ladder. Yell continues the flank, but he hasn't seen anybody. I guess Fallen was carrying the bomb. Cold, is he gonna look? Oh my god, timing. Oh, his teammates are so far away from him. Look where the T's are. They're in A. They're inside the A bomb site. Maybe they were looking for a flank, but now they realize that their plan has been thwarted.
Yeah, and Yell's collected Fallen's AWP, so he's got a perfect situation here. This could not be more fun for him. Ooh, he's got to connect the shots now, though. Everything's gone right. First, super fast with that shot, and the flames, and the HE. He was never escaping that corner. And wow, SK turned that around, and look how important it was. The money's been broken for Luminosity.
Fer could have collected that AWP. He had full health. I think he was afraid to, but there was no reason to be afraid. There is no need to be afraid. Well, opportunity knocks for SK. PKL on a scout, so Showtime on a CZ. There are shortcomings in the CT situation. Fallen gets a lot of info out of that, but then who dares peek again? Nick is not blind, still got 8 bullets in, but Fallen will rip his face off. 2 CTs lost. A minute 30 on the clock. It's just SK to avoid making mistakes now. I think first shot by his teammate in the IV position, but he's still got half his life. And it's 4 versus 2.
And that's the end of PKL. And that's the end of Cello. Dying by the hands of Fallen and Cold. 12-9 is the score that Luminosity is sitting on at the moment. But that lead may be disintegrating now that SK have some momentum, have some money in the bank to use. SK have opted to buy up a MAC-10 on Dead, which is fantastic. I was talking about that before. You know, it's so nice when you have someone on the MAC-10 just because that player can have the confidence to be that first man through these horrible choke points.
He's farming for HLTV racing, to be honest.
Well, let's see if he's successful. It's already a tag onto PKL. I think for Fallen's AWP, called to finish him off. After the call came out from Fallen, and there it is. The MAC-10 making some money. Ace 2 kills for him. Showtime to offer up another sacrifice to Cold, and he will happily receive that. 10-12, the lead indeed dissipating for Luminosity. What is their move? What is their plan? They got rifles and no AWP. I want to see more of those pop. You know, there's that pop flash play that Astralis do with Dupree into T main. I want to see more of those from the CTs.
Wow. Neck is. What a great start from him.
What?
Are you serious? Where was that from? He's just running around with the MAC-10. They've got no helmets. They've got no helmets.
Oh no. What?
Farming in buy round.
Oh my god,
for
James.
HLTV rating.
He got 4K with a MAC-10 in the buy rounds.
Dead with his combine harvester.
You what, mate?
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
You bloody what, mate?
Do you want the key? Best love song ever. I've got 40 acres, and you've got 53. That is whoever wrote lyrics for that is a G.
It's a G.
Yeah, man. They deserve everything.
Wow.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a
Fallen,
good flick.
Not afraid to be in main on his own. Not afraid of any. Oh, okay, he's got Cold for cover, so it's fine. Because there was an opportunity for some close play. Always opportunity for a deagle shot though. That's one of the 2 players found. Where is Showtime? Where is the show? Taco is clearing out the B bomb site, and that's where the guns are slowly headed. Fallen needs to get out of there. Again, he's still. I mean, he's running distraction, but at what cost? He needs to run away.
Ooh, how does Showtime not actually get a kill there? That's unfortunate for him. Fallen is 1 bullet away from death. Death that could be coming for him soon if he puts the foot wrong.
Death in chunks.
Taco looking for answers. He'll have to find them in the afterlife. Fallen and Dead, their mission is now not to die to the bomb. because that seems to be a thing that is difficult to avoid lately. Fallen's going to die to the bomb. Fallen is going to die to the bomb. Oh no, he's fine now.
I think he is just doing a final check. Just making sure.
Ooh.
Dead. Man like dead. He's almost top fragging again. Fallen is only 2 kills ahead of him now. Look at that.
Oh, I love the slow-mo sound. Like, it's nice. One could even say that it's nice.
Nice. It's a big buy for Luminosity. Again, the helmets are lacking, but they will be glad that there is no Mac 10 in play once they find out. Early flashes from SK may have put the fear into Luminosity that they'll be getting a taste of their own medicine, and maybe they are. Fur firing a single bullet, trying to do the same again, but failing on Yell. But they know where he is. What can they do with that information?
Nice frag from Fallen. And if Luminosity do actually win a map against SK, it is not for want of Dead not putting up some form of numbers or doing something. Like, he's been pretty good at fragging.
He's doing his job. Yeah.
He's actually doing stuff.
He hasn't been the cost of them losing rounds.
Yes. There we go.
At least within the 5 players who are playing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe they're not playing the game they want to with Bolt, but then he's only been there 5 minutes anyway. Of course, he was in the team before. It's a complicated situation. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Speaking of which, Showtime's in a winnable clutch here. He did dink cold on the way over, so he's a bullet away from death. We got Fallen lurking with the AWP. The bomb has to be planted, and there's some time here to try to maybe catch Showtime on a rotation around the train, and indeed that's exactly what will happen. And I was going to say, because the thing with SK there is, you know, you might be saying, oh, they could just plant the bomb. Well, they have 35 seconds to play with, and they knew the last location of Showtime, so they can actually use some of the time to perhaps have 2 crosshairs ready to take him down if he makes a play. Because as soon as they go for a bomb plant, he gets the information as to where they're planting. That's one person out of the picture as far as a fight is concerned for 3.5 seconds if they commit to the plant. So it's a potential for Showtime to create a 1v1, and that's what SK wanted to avoid at all costs. So they created a situation where they avoided misplaying that spot. So nice from them. Good to point out those small details, I think. As SK now in the lead, 13-12. It's just a nice place for them to find themselves in after a very scary first half. I think that was that 10-5, something like that. So that's a nice little result, but it's not over yet.
Nice.
Luminosity still have an AWP on Yell. They still got a decent amount of weaponry to work with in this round. So, and a 3-man setup towards B.
Showtime forced away. Forced away. He's been shunned. He's been shooed like a cat begging for scraps at the table. Warning shot through the wall to Taco. SK. Ooh, look at this. Non-believers in Luminosity. So they realize what SK are up to here. Show some presence and then make a play to A. Yeah, it's not working out here for the side until Taco gets activated. Will there be a flank, though? There will be, and it's Cello with the UMP, but the bomb is still in control of SK at the very least, and maybe Dead can change their fortune. Not on this occasion. Fallen missing a crucial shot, then being baited afterwards.
You could say he's been tactivated, James. Get wrecked. That's random.
That was a quick press of the button.
Yeah.
SK, though, they are falling over money in this round, despite losing the previous. That's an important round for Luminosity to win, 13-13. We are into the dying rounds, but it's SK who have the money. Who do you favour at this point?
I kind of favour Luminosity to a small extent just because they have a full team. And SK, I think, to some extent, they're not playing their real playbook, their true playbook, their LAN playbook is not going to be fully utilised with a stand in them because it's an online match. Whereas I feel like Luminosity are in a strong position here. We'll see if they can hold off the B rush. There is a player playing close, and it's going to have to be massive, this spray down. Showtime has to get 2 there, and he only ges 1. So that could very well be the round for SK, because look how fast Fur is in a forward position. He plants the smoke and he pushes in front of it. It's a very, very heads-up play from him, and it doesn't even matter because Luminosity understand that this round is completely lost, and they'll have to just save these guns. Look at their money. Three players really have to survive here, because with 3 players surviving, that will allow for them to have 5 rifles in the following round.
Cello's only got 8 kills in this so far. I mean, part of that might be because Nekiz is killing everyone himself and not really giving his teammates opportunity, but there's not much going on there. Is Dead top fragging yet? Oh, Fallen still just ahead.
And to be honest, it did feel like in the first half they were heavily enabling Fallen. Like they were always, you know, getting the guns onto Fallen. Like if anybody had a good gun, it was always Fallen. So
yeah, it's not fair, man.
I feel like considering that
Dead is the real leader on the server.
That is, yeah.
Well, on the team. Yeah.
It's awesome.
We love our coaches.
Yeah, it's awesome to see that he can play Counter-Strike at this level. You know, so that's fun.
Yeah, so he has played some 1.6 on some source. I don't know which was his main game, but he's played some games.
Well, he's certainly showing up in this one. Now it's a fast push from SK into the upper areas of Banana. Yeah, let's go with that. Beat.
Banana for scale.
Just wanted, maybe I need a banana. I want to eat a banana. Oh, Nekiz. Oh my god. Was it? Oh, there was a flashbang. I was going to say, was there? Because I feel like he's a very brave player. And somehow he anticipates that a player will come pop dog to trade him as he falls back from T main. That was very smart. That was really smart from Nekiz.
He's playing lights out.
Because there's even a world where a player even does just try to line up a spray through the smoke there. So there's, yeah, really nice kill from Nekiz. Smart player.
That may crush this round for SK. They've got the money to deal with it, but they don't want to be tied again. That's for sure. Is anyone close enough to hear a scope if a scope is made? Oh, Showtime and Fallen. So fast is Fallen. Switches straight to him. Jumps past the angle, sees a CT, but he's tagged now. You know someone could be in CT spawn, and he's correct. But he hasn't got the bomb. Where is the bomb? That's what they need to figure out, the CT side. Cold Zero's picked off Cello, and now there's no scope fast enough for Yao. He was scoped in. You saw him desperately trying to 180 there, but we were asking for too much mouse pad.
And now it's down to PKL.
LL.
PK, triple L. Like Triple H, but triple L. And PK on the front. Said nothing like Triple H.
This is good. This is good stuff.
It's good. I thought that, you know, as a very weak wrestling reference, I thought you'd appreciate it. In any form, James.
Because you're not even a wrestling person. Yeah. I do.
There we go. Nice. Well, it's a round for SK. That moves them on to match point, but can they close out the game? It does seem like they should be pretty good for it. The money is completely rocked for Luminosity. Very nice detail there right at the end. You'll notice that PKL only picked up the M4 right at the end before it was going to switch to the next round, because he doesn't want to get caught with his, you know, switching a gun. And that's obviously, again, paying attention to the details. You see a lot of the top players, they will hesitate picking up guns or going for guns or even reloading, and it's all because of timings and positioning and how important those two things are. And those simple actions of greed can punish you heavily. So, Fur looking to get in there, man. He always wants to get in there. But will he be able to? That is the question.
This is their best chance to win the match, obviously, because Luminosity could hardly have a worse buy than this in the next round. Can SK capitalize on their advantages? Ooh, Fur is creeping in the A site. He really needs to open things up here and see some movement. They don't realize that Fur is there. And now Dead, he's over towards W position. He's going to run distraction perfectly. Cold Zero taken down elsewhere. Fur got to be careful though, going a bit crazy and taken down 3 by PKL, but Dead is there to trade. And that's the A site cleared out.
And he's waiting for it. And Shadow's going to go for it. Ooh, can't get it. 16-13. SK. They have managed to avert absolute crisis, catastrophe, all things such as that to bring